Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is D, and this is Bleezy, and this is It's in the Air Sports Podcast. Let's go.
It's a head beaters.
Yo, welcome everybody. Shout out to my new subscribers. Again, my name is D. This is Bleezy. You already know it keeps me easy. And we about to get in the air, boy. It's time to get into those week 4 score recaps, y'all. So, the Lions versus the Packers. The Lions win. And the Lions just straight up abused the defensive line with the run game. I mean, there is no stopping that run game when it comes to the Packers. They just couldn't do it. It just wasn't there. And they just ran through them all night long, especially in the later quarters of the night. It just wasn't a good look for the Packers. So the final score again was 34-20. The Jags beat the Falcons. And I just want to say welcome back to Earth. All you Falcon fans who thought y'all was on top of the world, sitting on top of the world, y'all motherfuckers back down to Earth. Because y'all got smacked up 23-7 versus the Jags. And Rams versus Colts. We got the Rams taking the win with the Colts losing 29-3. Ravens versus the Browns 28-3. And I'm calling them the Browns this week instead of the fucking Weirdos because the Weirdo set this week. And it's a shame that he makes that big of a difference for that team because the score is a reflection of that. 28-3, that's an ass whooping. Titans versus Bengals 27-3. Titans win that one. And with both of these teams this season, it's up and down. You never know week to week what you're going to get out of either one of these teams, which is kind of weird because they were, as far as the Bengals go, they were on an upward trend, and the Titans were too at one point. Both of them were very much so playoff contenders, and the Bengals had started to establish themselves as a long-term contender, but so far this season, it's been very, very up and down and hit or miss. As far as the Bucks versus the Saints go, the Bucks win, the Saints lose. It's great that the Saints lost, but it's not really. I'm not really too excited that the Bucks get another victory. But yeah, 26-9, Bucks win. Bills versus the Dolphins. Bills win. They straight humbled the Dolphins, 48-20. So they was riding high on that 70-point victory. And then they got an ass whooping themselves. So, it humbled them a little bit and kind of brought them back down to earth themselves. Eagles versus Washington. Really, there's no reason this game should have went to overtime. And really, there's no reason why this game should have been as close as it was, 34-31. Eagles win in overtime, 34-31. But it's apparent that the Eagles do have their problems and that they are... they're facing some issues. And I think if they honestly go against the team that is playoff contender ready, they may lose. They very may well so lose because it seems to me that they're not all on the same level, that they're not quite as crispy as they was last year, and they're not hitting their shit like they need to. So if you're an Eagles fan and you know who you are, you need to tell your Eagles, make sure you get your shit together and make sure that y'all stay ready. Because I still believe that y'all will be the number one in the East. Texans versus Steelers. C.J. Stroud is looking great. He's looking amazing. They're saying he's up there amongst the greats already. And I kind of figured that he would be. I saw that dog in him on draft day, and I immediately knew that the Carolina Panthers did not make the right choice. And so far, I haven't been wrong on that one. Chargers versus Raiders. The Chargers win. 49ers continue to look amazing with the 35-16 victory over the Cardinals. The Chiefs barely beat the Jets 23-20. And Travis Kelce is over here complaining about the media attention that he's getting because of even trying to mess around with your girl Taylor Swift. My whole thing is you already knew what it was, buddy. So don't try to switch up now. I mean, you already done switched up on us once. And if you know, you know. But I do believe that the media attention is kind of affecting y'all for the simple fact that y'all are barely beating the Jets. So I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully next week y'all can tune out all of that noise and you can keep your whole girlfriend situation to your fucking self if you really wanted to. You could just tell her don't show up to the games. or tell her to sit at home and watch. I mean, I doubt that will work out very well for you, but don't act like you don't like that shit. So yeah, hopefully y'all can pull away and show that y'all are really the champions and that y'all are trying to establish a dynasty. Then we have the Cowboys versus the Patriots, 38-3. Then the Vikings versus the Panthers, 21-13. And the Cowboys won their game, and the Vikings won. And we're gonna talk a little bit more in depth on those games here in the next segment. But I want to jump onto this Monday night game, the Seahawks versus the Giants, 24-3. I really feel like if Daniel Jones had the right amount of protection, he could actually do something. And he wouldn't have to run for his life, and he wouldn't have to throw interceptions because he's got defenders in his face and he's got to rush his throws. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for the guy. Truly, y'all saw, if y'all watched the game, you saw how horrendous that offensive line was. I mean, that shit was terrible. I mean, there is no reason that they should allow that many sacks. That shit is just unacceptable. And if you're any type of head coach, offensive coordinator, or anybody in that position, you need to go to your offensive lineman coach and tell him, dude, what is you doing with these boys? Because that shit is not what it is, man. Y'all out there bullshitting. Like, y'all one job is to protect the quarterback. That is your sole fucking purpose. That is why you exist, is to protect the quarterback. And occasionally, when it's necessary or when your team is dependent upon it, defend the run game. But other than that, your job is to protect the damn quarterback and protect your runner. But no, y'all did none of those things. Y'all just said, hell with it. We just letting them get hit tonight. It was a free-for-all. Everybody just, you get a sack, you get a sack, you get it. We just throwing sack. It's a sack party today. Pause. No homo on that shit. But you know what I mean. Shit. I mean, yeah, that shit is just unacceptable. So, congratulations to the Seahawks on the victory. But the Giants just continue to be a fucking punching bag. And it's sad to see. And it truly is, it truly isn't all Daniel Jones' fault. And I feel like people might be going a little hard on him when, quite honestly, I think he had enough hard hits coming his way Monday night. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into our next segment. Alright, so we already know that the Cowboys beat up on bad teams, and they beat up on another one this week. But we'll really get to test out the Cowboys this week and actually see if they're the team that they claim to be. And if y'all fans have a point, or if y'all are just delusional like y'all always are. Y'all will face the 49ers this Sunday, and that will be a true test to whether or not y'all are actually ready. I personally think that Brock is a better quarterback than Dak, and I believe overall the 49ers are a better team than the Cowboys. The Cowboys are really one-sided, and it shows because it's the same situation kind of with Bryce Young and the Panthers. There's no real faith in the quarterback. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about having faith in the quarterback, but play calling is a result of what you believe your quarterback can do. And it shows very much so that they believe that Dak Prescott is bound to throw an interception. So that's the main thing. If Dak gets to throwing interceptions or gets to making any of those dumbass mistakes that he made the 2 years in a row that he made, they won't win. That defense will need to hold up in order for them to secure victory. But overall, I do believe the 49ers are going to just straight up show them they ain't nothing to fuck with. On the Patriots end of things, I guess y'all are starting to finally open y'all eyes, huh? Y'all, or at least y'all are starting to not be scared to speak your mind and stop kissing Belichick's ass. It's about fucking time. It took about 20 years to do it, but y'all are finally starting to acknowledge that he ain't it. He ain't that, bro. I don't know why y'all ever really thought Belichick was really that good of a coach. I mean, if he was that good of a fucking coach, he wouldn't have to cheat as much as he fucking did. But that's just me speaking out loud. But y'all are finally starting to admit that shit. That oh man, Brady was really what it was. And when it came to Brady, his whole career started off with some bullshit, some straight up bullshit, bro. Like the tuck rule. And if Bledsoe never got hurt, there wouldn't be a Tom Brady. And if there wasn't a tuck rule, there wouldn't be a Super Bowl for y'all. So, man, fuck off with that. Man, he ain't never been that great. And I'm not talking about Brady. I'm talking about Belichick. Go back and check his career before Brady. Wasn't shit, but a overglorified fucking defensive coordinator. He sucked as a head coach with the Browns. And now he's showing y'all that he sucks as a head coach for the fucking Patriots. He's an overglorified motherfucking defensive coordinator. That's where he made his grinds and his bones, and that's what he's good at. He knows defense. He knows how to defensively play the game. He don't know shit about a quarterback, and he ain't never had knowledge for real of a quarterback. And let me tell you why. Because Brady, when y'all first got Brady, it's not like y'all was jumping up in the air like, oh my God, he's gonna be the future of this franchise for 20 fucking years. Y'all were like, why would he get this unathletic kid from Michigan? He just so happened to turn out to be a what the fuck you call it? Underdog story. So, yeah. But Belichick got lucky with that shit. Belichick is not that great of a coach. He's an overglorified fucking defensive coordinator. And that's what that is. And now, we're going to move on to my Panthers. And there's a couple of things that we're going to talk about with them. We're apparently trying to trade for wide receivers. For what? What's the point? At this point, there ain't nobody that they would want to trade that'd be worth for shit that could really help this kid right now. Anyway, because I don't think that having open receivers is really the problem, because we've had open wide receivers and he still checks it down. I don't believe that play calling itself is the problem. I think play calling is a direct result of what the quarterback cannot do. So, what do we need to look forward to? We need to look forward to next year. Offensively speaking, we need to look forward to next year. Or, y'all have the answer right in front of you. Sit Bryce, let him learn under Andy Dalton, and then after that, let him play. But if y'all ain't gonna do that, then y'all, honestly, at this point, y'all might as well go ahead and start trading motherfuckers for picks instead of wide receivers. That's what you should do. But again, that comes down to our GM, which is the shittiest GM, in my opinion, Scott Fitter. That motherfucker really do need to be fired. And there's no reason why we should continue to have the fucking blunders and non-talented players that we have. Like, if y'all say receivers are a problem, y'all knew that shit before the off season. Y'all knew that shit before y'all traded DJ Moore that y'all needed somebody to replace him. So don't give me that bullshit. Y'all knew what was up with that. Y'all knew what was up when y'all decided to make Bryce the face of the franchise because, oh, he's a handsome young man. He's like a little puppy. You know, we can put him out there and people be like, oh, he's cute. Bitch, this is not a fashion show. This is football. We don't want a cute motherfucker out there like, oh, look at him. Look at how small he is and he can play football. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Short, tall, I don't give a fuck. Can you ball out is the question. And so far, he hasn't been able to. And from what I'm saying, he's just not ready. That's not saying that he won't be ready in the future. That's just saying right now, the kid's not ready. That he needs to sit and learn. You gave him a chance to learn under Andy Dalton during that week 3, and then you brought him back week 4 to see if he learned anything, and he didn't. The only thing he learned how to do is say kill, 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 kill. Okay, good for fucking you, buddy. You learned how to kill the play. Thumbs up. That's about it. But you ain't do shit else. And then Bryce Young in the media, the fucking press conference that he had yesterday, that shut the fuck up with all that, dude. Just answer the question, man, and move on. or just stay silent. Cause that shit reminds me of Matt Rule, and that shit is really giving me flashbacks to the Matt Rule fucking campaign. I thought we was over this shit, but apparently not. Which now brings the bigger fucking issue to question is, I know we can't get rid of David Tepper, and I know we can't force David Tepper to make changes or sell the team, but David Tepper really treats the people of Carolinas like they fucking stupid. Like they just should be just thankful that they have a football team to come cheer for. And he treats the fans that enjoy the Carolina Panthers outside of the state like y'all should be just glad enough that they even have the Sunday ticket so you could watch them. Like, nah, dude, that's not the fucking case, bro. Like, people spend their hard-earned money for this shit, and they want to see a good product. Like, period. It don't matter if you selling a bag of goddamn chips, bro. We don't want no motherfucking Proud Snacks. I'm just saying, man, we want some motherfucking top quality shit. We don't want that Proud Snack shit that you was trying to sell, that rip-off shit. Nah, dog, we don't want that shit. We don't want that blow-up-in-your-face ass damn potato chip. We don't want that shit. And for those that are 90 kids, you know the reference. If you don't, and you watching that new shit, I don't know nothing about the new Proud Family shit, but if you were old, you know, from the 90s, and you a 90s kid, you know about that old school Proud Family shit where the motherfucker had the chips that blew up in your face type shit. Yeah, that's the fucking Carolina Panthers right now. We're a bag of Proud fucking snacks, dog. We just, oh, it look good. Yeah, it sound good. Look, the paper, the ingredients, oh, this shit sound like it's gonna be fire. And then the shit literally turns into a dumpster fucking fire. That's what's happening right now. So, best thing for Carolina Panthers fans to do to keep their sanity, look forward to next season and pray that we fucking fire Scott Fitterer and hope that we get the right guy. And I'm not just talking about quarterback-wise. I'm talking about GM-wise. We get the right guy that can... Because we ain't getting rid of Bryce right now. That's not a financial investment you're just going to throw away after 1 year. So you can expect 2 to 3 years of Bryce Young before they at least be willing to admit that they fucked up. It's kind of like a Trey Lance situation right now. It's just a wait and see. Is he really going to turn out to be the guy we think he will be? Or is it going to be one of those, all right, we'll end up in the draft again and then we'll find somebody else that ends up being better and we'll end up trading him off. When the whole time we've been known that shit and we just don't want to admit it because we're too fucking prideful as an owner. But, yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to when it comes down to the Panthers offensively. Now, defense, if I was Evero, I would tell them guys, you see them guys on the other side of the field there? They ain't going to be out there long. So you might as well prepare to do some endurance training. And that's what I would have them do, man. Because they can hold up for about 2.5 quarters. And then after that, it's just... By that point, they saying, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. And they do. And they succeed every time. Every single time. It's just a matter of wearing them out. It's about a matter of wear and tear. So what they need to do is get some more conditioning in and learn how to do some endurance training. Shit, I watched that documentary about Kurt Angle. You better get like his ass and do that exhaust training where you train after you already exhausted. That's when your real workout kick in. So you better get on that type. Because if y'all don't, y'all gonna continue to get run down because this offense is not ready to give y'all a fighting chance to not be so damn tired. Now, I'm not gonna say that y'all ain't giving them a fighting chance, which is why I'm saying that y'all need to go ahead and do some endurance training. And I'm not sitting here blowing up at y'all saying that y'all suck and shit. Because quite honestly, I do believe that y'all can do better. And I do believe that that's what Vero should be telling y'all is to fucking do some conditioning. Because you should, and he should be having that conversation with Scott. Because honestly, I couldn't be y'all's defensive coach and being like, and watch y'all out there busting your ass and doing your job and then the offense not doing theirs. I would honestly have to go talk with Scott and be like, now I know you the head coach and I know you technically my boss, but let me tell you something. I'm not finna keep wearing out my guys and tearing these guys motherfucking legs apart and tearing them across putting wear and tear on their bodies and exhausting them the fuck out because y'all can't do your job and put up fucking points. Like, there has to be something said and accountability taken amongst the head coaches within themselves that's saying, hey, man, you need to get that shit together. Cause I can't continue to have my guys out there fucking dying on the field because they legs and bodies is just getting fucking wore and tore out there, and they out there 90% of the game, and then Bryce Young can't fucking get past the fourth and third down. Like, nah, man, that shit cannot continue to happen. So that has to change. And that's the conversation that really needs to be had with Frank amongst themselves, because they need to let that man know, dude, you got the answer right there. You know what you want to do. You know who you want to go with. I understand what David Tep want. I understand what Scott want, but I promise you they want fucking wins more than they want to deal with the fucking fact of that's my guy. That's my guy. That's our guy. That our guy shit is not true. That is Scott's guy. That is Tepper's guy. That is not Fitterer's guy, which is why you see the type of play calling that you see offensively, and which has a direct correlation to the fact that the defense has to stay out there on the field and has to be motherfucking exhausted by the time at the end of the game is there. So that way, when it is time for us to stop them on crucial plays, they don't have the energy to do so, which is allowing them to get major yardage, which is allowing them to tear away at the clock, which is putting us in a further behind position, which is why we're fucking losing every game. It's like a ripple in time, man. That shit just, one thing happens, and then this thing happens, because this thing happened, because that thing happened, and now you got the end result of just a fucking catastrophe. And that's what's going on with the Carolina Panthers right now. So it's either y'all, and at this point, it'd be kind of dumb to try to make a playoff run, and I'll tell you why. Because statistically speaking, it's not gonna happen. A 0-4 team is only done it once, and if we go 0-5, that shit ain't gonna happen. It ain't never happened before, and I don't foresee it happening with this squad this year. It would be a hell of a miracle if it did. Alright, well, that's all I got to talk about today, man. Until next time, keep one in the air. Peace.